Welcome back to ZE Coins. Today we are talking about a coin that's turning heads in the collector's market, the 1967 Washington quarter dollar. This simple coin from your pocket change could be worth up to $1.9 million. Yes, you heard that right. So, let's dive into its history, what makes it so valuable, and how you can spot the ones worth big money. Let's start with a little bit of history behind the 1967 Washington quarter. The Washington quarter has been in circulation since 1932, originally designed by sculptor John Flanagan to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington. But the year 1967 is particularly interesting for several reasons, especially for collectors. Let's find out why. First, let's set the stage. The 1960s was a decade of change, politically, socially, and economically. The United States faced significant challenges, one of them being a severe coin shortage. By the mid-1960s, coin collecting had become incredibly popular, and as a result, there was a spike in hoarding of coins that led to this shortage. To combat the problem, the U.S. Mint decided to make some important changes in the production of coins. In 1965, to discourage collectors from hoarding, the Mint took some drastic steps. One of the most notable actions was removing mint marks from all coins produced between 1965 and 1967. This included the Washington quarter, meaning that the 1967 quarter doesn't bear a mint mark indicating where it was made, whether Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. But here's where it gets interesting. Due to changes in production and the immense pressure to produce coins quickly, some quarters from 1967 ended up with distinctive features and errors that would turn out to be valuable to collectors. So, what are these valuable features, and why are some of these coins worth so much? Well, there are a few key reasons. The 1967 Washington quarter is primarily made of a copper-nickel clad composition. Unlike earlier quarters that were 90% silver, these coins don't have any silver content, which means their melt value isn't inherently high. However, certain error varieties and special qualities make some 1967 quarters highly collectible. One of the main reasons why a 1967 Washington quarter could be worth a fortune is due to errors. The most sought-after variety is the double die quarter. This means that during the minting process, the die used to strike the coin shifted slightly, leading to a doubling effect on the lettering or imagery of the coin. If you have a 1967 quarter with doubling on the obverse side, such as in the words "Liberty" or "In God We Trust," you could be holding a very rare and valuable coin. But it's not just error coins that have collectors excited. The condition of the coin matters significantly as well. Coins that are found in the mint state, basically in the same condition as they were when they were first produced, can command incredibly high prices. And we're not just talking about a few $100s. In fact, in 2019, a 1967 Washington quarter in an almost perfect MS67 Plus condition sold for an eye-popping $1.9 million at auction. That's what happens when you have an exceptionally rare coin in near pristine condition. So, what exactly is an MS67 Plus grade, and why is it so important? Well, coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, known as the Sheldon scale. A grade of MS67 or higher means the coin is in nearly flawless condition. Any blemishes or marks would be virtually invisible without magnification. Coins like these are extremely rare, especially from 1967, because most of the coins produced during that time were meant for circulation and got pretty beaten up as they changed hands. Now, you might be wondering how you can tell if your 1967 quarter is worth big money. Here are a few tips. First, inspect your coin carefully. Use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to check for any doubling on the text. Next, look for the overall condition. Scratches, dings, or discoloration will significantly decrease its value. If you believe you have a high-quality or error coin, it's a good idea to send it to a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC for professional evaluation. Let's talk a little about the current market. As of today, the average 1967 Washington quarter, even in circulated condition, typically has a value of about 25 to 50 cents. However, higher grade examples can be worth anywhere from $100 to $500. And of course, as we mentioned earlier, the rarest of the rare, the high-grade, mint state quarters, particularly those with special errors, can reach astronomical values like the $1.9 million coin. So, why are people willing to pay so much for a 1967 quarter? It's all about rarity and demand. There were millions of these quarters minted, but most were not kept in perfect condition. It's the thrill of the hunt, finding that one pristine example or that rare error coin that keeps collectors excited and willing to bid high at auctions. Alright, now it's your turn. Go ahead and dig through your old coin jars, search through your grandparents' drawers, and who knows, you might be lucky enough to find a treasure. If you do, make sure to let me know in the comments below. And that's all for today, folks. We've taken a trip back to the 1960s, explored the fascinating history behind the 1967 Washington quarter, and learned why some of these seemingly common coins are worth a whole lot more than 25 cents. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget. We're diving into the fascinating story of the 1994 Washington quarter. This unassuming coin has turned heads in the numismatic community, with one example fetching an astronomical price. Why? Let's find out. Welcome back to our channel, fellow coin enthusiasts. If you're new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for more intriguing coin stories like this one. Let's dive into the history, the value, and the mystery behind the 1994 Washington quarter, and why it's worth so much today. The Washington quarter was first minted back in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington, the first President of the United States. Since then, it has been a mainstay of American currency. Originally, these quarters were made of 90% silver, but by 1965 the rising cost of silver forced the U.S. Mint to change the composition to a copper-nickel alloy, which is still in use today. The 1994 quarter ** comes from the Denver Mint, and is part of a series of quarters produced with the updated design, featuring Washington's profile on the obverse side and the traditional eagle on the reverse. Despite being a fairly recent coin, this specific year and mint mark have managed to capture the attention of collectors worldwide. Now, you might be wondering, what's so special about the 1994 Washington quarter? After all, millions of quarters are minted every year. The Denver Mint alone produced 1.1 billion quarters in 1994, so they aren't exactly rare, but, as with all coins, the value of a quarter can change drastically based on factors like condition, rarity, errors, and grading. This is where the 1994 quarter surprises us. Some of these coins have unique qualities that make them extraordinarily valuable. One particular 1994 Washington quarter ** made headlines because of its condition and error details, which are extremely uncommon. To understand this better, let's break down some key factors that contributed to this coin's incredible price tag of $1.8 million. The condition of a coin is critical in determining its value. The 1994 quarter that sold for $1.8 million was graded MS 68, which means mint state, with virtually no blemishes. Achieving such a high grade for a modern coin is extremely rare, especially when we're talking about quarters that have circulated and potentially endured years of wear and tear. It is these types of as-new condition coins that become highly coveted among collectors. Mint errors are another key factor. Imagine a double strike, a misaligned die, or even a rare planchet error. A 1994 quarter with any of these unusual minting errors becomes unique, almost like a rare misprinted stamp. In some cases, collectors have found off-center strikes or coins struck on the wrong planchet, which can dramatically raise the coin's value. Rumor has it that the record-setting 1994 had a striking error, making it a one-of-a-kind rarity. The history of a particular coin, who owned it, how it was found, and its journey through auctions, also adds to its mystique. In the case of the $1.8 million 1994 quarter, the coin was part of a famous collection that had been meticulously maintained for decades. The collector had a passion for high-grade quarters and rare errors, and the coin's impeccable provenance added an extra layer of value to it. So, how can you tell if the 1994 D quarter sitting in your coin jar is worth more than just 25 cents? Check the mint mark ***. Look for the D mint mark below Washington's portrait. This indicates it was minted in Denver. Without the mint mark, it would be a Philadelphia mint coin, which has a different valuation. Errors are critical. Check if the coin has any misalignment, double die strikes, or any other irregularities. Even minor variations can increase a coin's worth significantly. If you believe you have a high-quality coin, consider getting it professionally graded by companies like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. A high grade can substantially elevate its market value. The market for rare coins is constantly fluctuating. The $1.8 million sale of the 1994 D Washington quarter was a record, driven by both the rarity of the coin and an enthusiastic auction. However, even if your 1994 D isn't quite the $1 million variety, a coin in excellent condition could still be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. As of 2024, the current market value for a standard 1994 D quarter in average circulated condition is still around 25 to 50 cents. But, if you have one in mint state condition, MS 65 or higher, it could fetch anywhere from $50 to $500. Coins with unique errors or exceptionally high grades can go for much more, sometimes reaching 5 figures. For those hoping to find a diamond in the rough, the key is patience, knowledge, and a little bit of luck. With billions of quarters out there, who knows, you might just have a hidden treasure waiting in your change jar. It's stories like these that remind us how exciting numismatics can be. A coin that was meant for everyday transactions, passing through countless hands, can end up becoming a collector's dream. The 1994 D Washington quarter teaches us that even the most common items can carry hidden value, history, and a story waiting to be told. If you're a coin collector or even just someone with a fascination for rare finds, always keep your eyes peeled. You never know when the next great discovery might be sitting right under your nose, perhaps in your pocket change. Thank you all for joining me today in uncovering the secrets of the 1994 D Washington quarter. If you enjoyed this video and want more content like this, please hit that like button, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Have you ever come across a rare coin? I'd love to hear your stories. We're diving deep into one of the most surprising and exciting pieces of American currency history, the 1998 D Washington quarter. What's all the fuss about, you ask? Well, this seemingly ordinary quarter has been catching the attention of collectors around the world, especially one coin that has recently been valued at an astonishing $1.7 million. Stick around, because we're about to uncover the history, value, and secrets behind why this coin could be worth so much. You definitely won't want to miss this one. Let's take a step back and explore the history of the Washington quarter itself. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932, as a way to commemorate the 200th birthday of the United States' first president, George Washington. Designed by sculptor John Flanagan, it quickly became one of the most recognizable coins in the country and has been minted in various forms ever since. Fast forward to 1998, and the U.S. Mint had already produced millions of Washington quarters. It was a year like any other in terms of minting, but, little did anyone know, a few very special coins made that year would eventually become some of the most valuable quarters ever produced. In particular, the 1998 D, meaning it was minted in Denver, has become the center of attention for collectors. But why is that? What makes this particular quarter worth potentially $1.7 million today? Let's explore. To understand why this coin is so valuable, let's take a closer look at its features and what makes it so special. At first glance, the 1998 D Washington quarter doesn't look much different from any other quarter in circulation at the time. It has George Washington's portrait on the front, the familiar eagle on the back, and the D mint mark, signifying it was produced in Denver. However, when we dig deeper, we find a combination of factors that make this quarter unique. First off, the 1998 D quarter had a few very rare variations and errors that slipped through the production process unnoticed. Coin errors can be incredibly valuable, and even a minor difference can skyrocket the value of a coin if it's rare enough. This is the main reason why a few of these coins are worth much more than the standard 25 cents. So, what types of errors make the 1998 D Washington quarter so valuable? Here are the key factors collectors are looking for. One of the most important variations is the double die error. This occurs when the coin gets struck twice, resulting in a doubling effect on the text or the portrait. A 1998 D quarter with a noticeable double die error, especially on Washington's profile or the inscriptions, can make it extremely rare. Collectors prize double die coins, and the 1998 D is no exception. Another crucial factor for the coin's high value is its condition. The quarter that has been recently valued at $1.7 million is said to be in mint state, graded as MS-68 by the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. In coin collecting, the condition is everything. A coin in almost perfect condition with no signs of wear and tear can fetch astronomical prices. Besides the double die, other minor errors such as misaligned strikes, die cracks, or planchet flaws can make these coins even more desirable. The 1998 D quarter in question had some unique anomalies that have never been found on any other coin of that year. Now that we understand what makes these coins special, let's talk about their current market value. In 2023, a 1998 D Washington quarter was auctioned off for a jaw-dropping $1.7 million. Yes, you heard that right, $1.7 million for a quarter. Why such a high price, you ask? It's a combination of rarity, condition, and sheer collector demand. Coins like these are sought after by collectors who are willing to pay top dollar to complete their collections or acquire a one-of-a-kind piece. It's not just about the coin itself, it's about the story, the rarity, and the prestige of owning something no one else has. The auction market for rare coins has been booming lately, and it's not uncommon to see prices rising higher than ever before. This 1998 D quarter in mint state with significant errors is a prime example of that trend. So, while the average 1998 D quarter might only be worth its face value of 25 cents, certain ones have proven to be worth far, far more. So, how can you tell if the 1998 D quarter in your pocket might be worth millions? Here are a few tips. First, you need a good magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. Look closely at the inscriptions, Liberty, Indiana, God We Trust, and the date, to see if there is any doubling or other noticeable errors. Make sure to check for the D mint mark on the front of the coin. Then, examine the condition. If it looks like it's barely been touched, it might be worth getting it professionally graded. Coins that grade MS-65 or higher are the ones that fetch high prices at auction. If you think you have a valuable 1998 D quarter, the next step is to get it authenticated and graded by a professional grading service, like PCGS or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. These services will assess the condition and authenticity, giving you an official grade that can significantly increase the coin's market value. You might be wondering, why does coin collecting matter? For many, it's more than just a hobby, it's a way to preserve history. Each coin tells a story about a particular time, place, and event. The 1998 D Washington quarter, now valued at $1.7 million, represents not just a rare error but also a slice of American heritage. The thrill of finding a valuable coin in your change, the excitement of discovering an error that was never meant to be there, all add to the appeal. Plus, coin collecting can be incredibly lucrative. You never know when an ordinary-looking coin might turn out to be a hidden gem. So, there you have it. The 1998 D Washington quarter might seem like just another coin, but it has the potential to be worth a fortune. If you're lucky enough to find one with those rare errors, you could be sitting on a goldmine. Always check your change, because treasure could be hiding right under your nose. We're diving into a fascinating story about a seemingly ordinary coin that's worth an extraordinary amount of money. I'm talking about the 1999 D Delaware quarter, also known as the D 1787. This quarter, minted in 1999, has an incredible market value today, with one version even selling for a jaw-dropping $1.7 million. Curious to know why? Let's get right into it. To understand why the 1999 D Delaware quarter is so valuable, we first need to look at its origin. Back in 1999, the U.S. Mint launched the 50-state quarters program, an ambitious project that aimed to commemorate each of the 50 states with its own unique quarter design. Delaware was the first state featured, since it was the first state to join the Union in 1787, and that's why the design features the code D1787. The Delaware quarter depicts the famous image of Caesar Rodney, a founding father of Delaware, making his historic ride to cast a deciding vote for independence. But, as with many coins, not all quarters are created equal. Some have unique characteristics that make them extremely valuable to collectors, and that's the case with the 1999 D Delaware quarter. Now you might be wondering, why is this quarter worth millions while others are only worth 25 cents? Well, it all comes down to a few key factors: rarity, condition, errors, and demand. The D Mint mark tells us that this coin was produced at the Denver Mint, one of the major mints responsible for U.S. coin production. This specific quarter, however, became the stuff of legends because of a rare minting error. This error makes the quarter highly unique, and as any coin collector will tell you, rarity is often the key to high value. Some 1999 D Delaware quarters have a specific doubling error, known as a double die, particularly in the lettering and on Caesar Rodney's image itself. So, what exactly is a double die error? Simply put, it's a mistake that occurs during the coin stamping process. When the die used to imprint the image onto the coin shifts slightly, it creates a doubling effect, which results in overlapping images or text on the coin. This means that some elements of the design appear to be duplicated, and it makes these coins incredibly valuable because of their uniqueness. In the case of the 1999 D Delaware quarter, the doubling can be seen in areas like the phrase United States of America, and in the details of Caesar Rodney himself. This kind of error gives collectors something special, something they must add to their collection. But how did this coin come to be valued at $1.7 million? It all comes down to a combination of rarity, historical significance, and the sheer enthusiasm of the collecting community. In the world of numismatics, that's the study or collection of currency, coins like this can generate intense interest at auction. Just recently, a particularly well-preserved 1999 D Delaware quarter featuring a rare and prominent doubling error went up for sale. Due to its rarity, condition, and the story behind the minting mistake, this coin attracted fierce competition among collectors, ultimately selling for an astonishing $1.7 million. Imagine, something you might find in your change could be worth enough to buy a luxury home. Now, you might be thinking, could I have one of these million-dollar quarters lying around? Well, it's not impossible. To identify a valuable 1999 D Delaware quarter, here's what you need to look for. First, make sure it's from 1999 and has the D Mint mark below the date. Next, use a magnifying glass to closely inspect the text and images for any signs of doubling. Pay particular attention to the words United States of America and E pluribus unum, as well as Caesar Rodney's image. If you spot anything that looks doubled, you might have something truly special. Also, condition matters. Coins that are in pristine condition, without scratches or signs of wear, are worth far more than ones that have seen significant use. So why are collectors willing to pay millions for this coin? Coins like the 1999 D Delaware quarter are much more than just currency, they're a piece of history. They capture a moment in time, whether it's celebrating Delaware's role in American history or showcasing a rare minting mistake that slipped through the rigorous quality checks of the U.S. Mint. The thrill of the hunt is also a huge factor. Collectors love the idea of finding something incredibly rare, and when that rarity is combined with a historical story, the value skyrockets. Let's talk about the current market value of the 1999 D Delaware quarter. While not all of them are worth $1.7 million, even a quarter with minor doubling or in exceptional condition can fetch several $1,000s. The coin market can be highly unpredictable, with values rising and falling depending on demand, but rare coins like this one tend to maintain their value over time, making them a solid investment. In the coin community, condition is key. Coins graded by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC with a high mint state, such as MS-67 or MS-68, are likely to bring in significantly more money than lower grade versions. In particular, a 1999 D Delaware quarter with an MS-68 grade and a visible doubling error could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars or more. So, the next time you come across some loose change, take a moment to check those quarters. Who knows, you might be holding a small fortune in your hands. The 1999 D Delaware quarter is a reminder that even the most ordinary things can hold extraordinary value if you know what to look for. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins and treasures hiding in your pocket change, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel. We've got lots more coin stories, tips for collectors, and insights into the world of numismatics coming your way. We're diving into the fascinating world of a quarter that might just make you a millionaire. You heard that right. In this video, we're going to explore the story behind the 1999 P1788 $quarter coin, its history, what makes it so special, and why it's being valued at an astounding $1.6 million in the market today. Let's break it all down, so keep watching, this could be your ticket to a windfall. First things first, let's get familiar with what we're dealing with here. The coin in question is the 1999 P Delaware State Quarter, with the year 1788 commemorated on its reverse side. This particular coin was the very first one released as part of the 50 State Quarters program by the United States Mint. Why does it have 1788 on it, you ask? Well, 1788 was the year Delaware officially ratified the U.S. Constitution, becoming the very first state in the Union. The coin honors this significant historical moment, with an iconic design on its reverse, a rider on horseback, symbolizing Caesar Rodney, a Delaware patriot. This scene depicts Rodney's historic ride in 1776 to break a congressional deadlock, and it's a classic image, resonating deeply with Delaware's history. But what's truly remarkable about this coin isn't just its historical symbolism, it's a tiny mint mark that makes a world of difference. Let's talk about the mint mark. On this coin, you'll find the letter P just below the word Liberty. This P represents the Philadelphia Mint, where this particular quarter was produced. While billions of state quarters were minted at Philadelphia and Denver that year, it's important to remember that not every coin is the same. Most 1999 Delaware quarters are fairly common and worth their face value of 25 cents, but there's a rare version of this coin with a striking error that makes it incredibly valuable. So, what makes a 1999 P Delaware State Quarter worth $1.6 million? This is where things get interesting. Among the thousands of these coins struck every hour, there were a handful of quarters that came out with striking anomalies, errors that are extremely rare. Let me explain what to look for. The most notable type of error involves what is known as a minting mistake. This could be anything from a double die, off-center strike, or even a die clash. In some cases, there were major issues with improper planchets, resulting in coins that looked quite different from what was intended. These types of errors make the coins unique, and collectors are willing to pay big bucks for these one-of-a-kind treasures. One of the most famous errors on the 1999 P Delaware Quarter is a double die error, where specific details on the coin, such as the rider or the date, appear doubled due to a mistake during the minting process. It's the uniqueness that drives the astronomical value, and this particular error has been sold for jaw-dropping amounts in auctions. Now, let's talk about that incredible $1.6 million valuation. Where did that number come from? In recent years, one of these coins was sold in a private auction for that staggering amount. Why would someone pay that much for a quarter? Well, when a coin like this is almost entirely unique, has a fascinating error, and is preserved in mint condition, it can send collectors into a bidding war, condition is a huge factor in the coin market, and when a coin is graded by a professional service like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, with an MS68 or higher rating, the value skyrockets. Mint State 68 means the coin is in nearly perfect condition, showing no significant wear or damage. And since these errors are so scarce, a high-grade coin with a minting anomaly can command an incredible price. In this case, the 1999 P Delaware quarter with a significant error, combined with pristine condition, went for a record-breaking $1.6 million. It's the kind of story that makes collectors dig through their coin jars hoping to strike gold, or, well, silver and copper. So, how can you tell if you've got one of these million-dollar coins sitting in your collection? Here's what you need to do. Grab a magnifying glass and carefully inspect your 1999 P Delaware State quarter. Look for signs of doubling, especially on the words or the writer. If anything looks like it's printed twice, it could be worth a closer examination. You'll also want to check the condition. Coins that show minimal wear, with sharp details and no major scratches or discoloration, are the most valuable. If you believe you have something special, consider getting it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. This will give you a good idea of the coin's condition and help verify its rarity. Even if you don't find a $1.6 million error coin, don't be discouraged. Collecting state quarters can still be a rewarding hobby, both emotionally and financially. Coins like the 1999 P Delaware quarter are just the beginning. There are other rare state quarters with valuable minting errors, so it's worth taking a close look at your collection. In today's market, state quarters with even minor errors can fetch between $50 to $500 depending on their condition and type of error. And if you're someone who enjoys treasure hunting, you could come across something truly spectacular in your pocket change. And there you have it, folks. The story of how a simple 1999 P Delaware State quarter became worth $1.6 million. If you're into coin collecting, keep an eye out for those unusual features, and who knows? Maybe you'll be the next lucky one to find a treasure in your change jar. If you found this video helpful or just plain interesting, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into the world of rare coins and collectibles. And don't forget to hit that bell icon so you don't miss out on any future videos. We've got something truly special to discuss, a coin that's both elusive and valuable, the 2002 P 1796 mint mark quarter dollar. Now, what's so fascinating about this quarter that makes it worth a jaw-dropping $1.5 million on the current market? Stick around, because today we'll uncover the story behind this legendary coin, how it came to be, and why it's considered a true gem among collectors. This isn't just any ordinary quarter. We're talking about a coin that captures the spirit of American history while hiding secrets worth millions. Imagine holding in your hand a quarter that's not just 25 cents, but a piece of history with the power to make you a millionaire. So, let's dive into the history and value of the 2002 P 1796 mint mark quarter. Let's start with the history of this extraordinary coin. You might be wondering, why does a 2002 coin bear the 1796 mint mark? Well, the story behind this is fascinating. This coin is a rare commemorative piece that was secretly minted as part of a special U.S. mint project to celebrate the spirit of American independence and coinage. The year 1796 is significant in American coinage history because it marks one of the first years that the U.S. Mint produced quarters. This was only 4 years after the mint was established. By 2002, the U.S. Mint decided to celebrate this history by creating a rare batch of quarters, each with a special mint mark that paid homage to the origins of American currency. In particular, the P mint mark represents the Philadelphia Mint, one of the original locations where U.S. coins were produced. The idea was to combine the modern craftsmanship of 2002 with a historical twist from 1796, making it a tribute to both the past and the present. However, here's where things get interesting. Most of these coins were not released into general circulation. Instead, they were selectively distributed to collectors and dignitaries as part of a limited commemorative set. Only a handful were made, and of those, even fewer are known to still exist today. The story goes that some of these coins were accidentally put into circulation, leading to an ongoing treasure hunt by collectors. First of all, it's estimated that fewer than 20 of these coins are in existence today. Rarity is the cornerstone of any coin's value. The fact that these quarters were produced in extremely low quantities makes them highly sought after. On top of that, the historical connection to 1796 gives it a unique appeal. It represents a bridge between the early years of the United States and the modern era. Collectors often pay top dollar for coins that have a compelling story, and the mysterious nature of this quarter adds to its allure. Imagine finding one of these coins in an old drawer or in a forgotten collection. You'd essentially be holding a $1.5 million treasure in your hands. In recent auctions, the 2002 P1796 mint mark quarter has fetched incredible prices. One of these coins sold for over $1.2 million back in 2018, and as of today, experts estimate that the market value is around $1.5 million due to the increasing demand from collectors and investors who are eager to own this piece of American numismatic history. Let's talk about what makes this quarter visually unique. On the obverse, you'll see the classic bust of George Washington, as is typical with U.S. quarters. But if you look closely, there's a subtle difference. The date reads 2002-1796, indicating its commemorative nature. This dual date is what makes it stand out instantly to a trained eye. On the reverse, you'll find an intricate design that celebrates the original eagle imagery from early U.S. coins, but with a modern twist. The feathers are more detailed, and there's a small inscription beneath the eagle that reads, "Tribute to Freedom," a direct nod to America's struggle and triumphs in its early years. And of course, the P mint mark is right there, indicating that this special edition was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. It's these small details that make all the difference when valuing a coin like this. These subtle differences can be easy to miss, which is why it's always important to have your coins professionally appraised if you think you might have stumbled upon a rare piece. Now, let's say you're curious if you might have one of these in your collection. How would you go about identifying and authenticating it? First and foremost, you'll need a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to inspect the details. Look for the unique date combination, 2002-1796 and the P mint mark. But here's the catch, because this coin is so valuable, there are unfortunately a lot of counterfeits out there. The best way to ensure your coin is authentic is to have it graded by a professional coin grading service, such as PCGS or NGC. These companies have experts who can determine the coin's authenticity and condition, giving it a grade that helps establish its true market value. If you do find what you believe to be a 2002 P1796 mint mark quarter, I recommend taking it to a reputable coin dealer or a coin show. It could literally be the discovery of a lifetime. Alright, let's talk about the current market value. As of now, the 2002 P1796 mint mark quarter is valued at approximately $1.5 million. This is partly due to its rarity but also because of the increasing interest in unique numismatic items that have both historical and artistic value. The coin market has seen significant growth over the past decade, especially for rare items like this one. Coins that tell a story and connect us to our history tend to perform very well as investments. If you're lucky enough to have one of these quarters, you're sitting on a potential gold mine. So, there you have it, the story of the 2002 P1796 mint mark quarter dollar, a coin that represents the fascinating blend of American history and modern craftsmanship. From its commemorative origins to its astonishing value today, this coin is a true collector's dream. We're talking about a coin that you definitely want to pay attention to, the 2015 P mint mark quarter dollar. And here's why. This particular coin has made headlines, with one version reportedly fetching an incredible $1.3 million. So, let's find out how this modern quarter could be worth such a mind-blowing amount. Now, before we get into why someone would pay $1.3 million for a 2015 P quarter dollar, let's talk about its background and history. The quarter we're discussing today belongs to the America the Beautiful series, a set that's been capturing the essence of America's national parks and historic sites from 2010 all the way to 2021. In 2015, the U.S. Mint released 5 different quarters as part of the series, all showcasing different designs on the reverse side. These included the Homestead National Monument of America in Nebraska, the Kisatchie National Forest in Louisiana, and the Blue Ridge Parkway in North Carolina, among others. The coins minted in Philadelphia bear the P Mint mark, which signifies their origin, but what makes the 2015 P Mint mark quarter so special? It's not just any quarter. There are certain versions of this coin that have become incredibly rare due to minting errors, and that's where things get interesting. Sometimes, these errors are barely noticeable, but for collectors, they can mean big money. And when we say big money, we're talking about as much as $1.3 million. That's right, $1.3 million for a quarter. Let's break down why this particular coin could command such an astonishing price. Firstly, what really sets a valuable coin apart are the minting errors. The 2015 P quarter has a few variations with errors that are highly sought after by collectors. For instance, there are reports of quarters with double die errors, meaning some parts of the design were stamped twice by accident. These errors can sometimes be seen in the lettering, where the words appear almost shadowed or doubled, giving the coin a unique look. Another type of error is the striking anomaly, such as off-center strikes or die cracks. These errors occur when something goes wrong during the minting process, resulting in a misaligned design or visible cracks in the coin's face. These imperfections, far from being a defect that would make a coin worthless, actually make it extremely valuable to the right collector. Now, let's put all of this into perspective. The reason some of these coins have reached jaw-dropping values is because of a combination of rarity, condition, and demand. Coins that have never entered circulation and are in mint condition, what collectors call MS-70 or near perfect state, tend to sell for much higher values. In the case of the 2015 P quarter, there was one particular error coin in pristine condition that had collectors battling it out in an auction. This fierce competition is what ultimately drove the price up to $1.3 million. Imagine that, people bidding millions for a single quarter. What makes it truly special is how rare these error coins are. Not every 2015 P quarter is worth this much, of course. Most of them, even if they're in great condition, will be worth just a few dollars to maybe a couple hundred if they're graded highly. But if you happen to find one with a significant error, and it's in top-notch condition, you could be holding on to a small fortune. So, how do you know if you have one of these rare quarters in your collection? The key is to inspect your coins carefully. Use a magnifying glass and look for doubling in the lettering, unusual bumps or cracks in the design, or any signs that the coin might not be quite right. If you think you have a 2015 P quarter with an error, your next step is to get it professionally graded. Grading services like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, can authenticate and certify the coin's condition, which is crucial for establishing its true value. A coin in mint state with a significant error can be worth exponentially more once it's certified by a reputable grading company. Now, let's talk about the current market value of these quarters. On average, a typical 2015 P quarter without any errors is worth just face value, 25 cents. However, quarters that are graded in high mint state, say MS-65 or above, can fetch anywhere from $5 to $20, which is still not bad for a modern coin. When it comes to error coins, though, the value skyrockets. Coins with more noticeable errors have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction. And that one incredible piece we mentioned earlier, the one that went for $1.3 million, was likely a combination of an exceptionally rare minting error, immaculate condition, and the right buyers who just had to have it. So, here's the takeaway: if you have a 2015 P quarter, don't just throw it in your piggy bank. Take a close look at it. You never know, that quarter in your change jar might just have a secret worth millions. And remember, when it comes to coins, knowledge is power. The more you learn about what makes a coin valuable, the better your chances are of finding that hidden treasure. If you found this video helpful and you want to learn more about valuable coins, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update from us here at Rare Coins and Treasures. Let us know in the comments below, do you think you might have one of these rare 2015 quarters? We'd love to hear your story. We're exploring something incredibly exciting, a coin you might want to keep your eyes peeled for, the 2003 $quarter coin with the mint mark. Now, you might be wondering, what makes this coin so special, and why is it worth a whopping $1.4 million today? Buckle up, because we're going on a journey through history, mystery, and high-stakes collecting. And remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on our next exciting coin adventure. Alright, let's start with some background. The 2003 Mint Mark quarter is part of the United States Mint State Quarters program, which was hugely popular back in the late 90s and early 2000s. In this case, the P stands for the Philadelphia Mint, where the coin was produced. What makes the 2003 Mint Mark quarter so intriguing is a very specific error, or anomaly, that has made it one of the most desirable coins among collectors. But before we talk about the error, let's rewind a bit. Why was the 2003 quarter series significant? Well, the State Quarters program began in 1999 and ran through 2008. Each year, the U.S. Mint released 5 quarters, each representing one of the 50 states. The series was intended to highlight the diverse history and culture of each state, and it was a roaring success. The quarters sparked a collecting frenzy across the United States, bringing new life into the hobby. The Philadelphia Mint itself has a storied history dating back to 1792. It's the oldest coin-producing facility in America, and over the centuries, it's been responsible for some of the nation's most iconic coins. In 2003, the Philadelphia Mint was busy producing the latest set of state quarters when a unique twist of fate occurred. So, what exactly happened with this 2003 quarter that makes it worth a jaw-dropping $1.4 million today? This is where the story gets really exciting. The 2003 quarter we're talking about has an incredibly rare mint error, often referred to as the 1820 die mark anomaly. Essentially, the error involved a die, a metal piece used to strike the blank planchets, metal discs that become coins, that had been accidentally marked or engraved with 1820. Now, how did this happen? Well, there are a few theories. Some believe it might have been due to a mix-up with a commemorative piece or a special die transfer. Whatever the reason, it resulted in a very small number of 2003 quarters that have this extra 1820 mark near the mint stamp. This unique feature was not part of the intended design and only appeared on a handful of coins before the die was retired and replaced. This type of minting error is known as a die anomaly, and it's something coin collectors dream of finding. It's like striking gold. With mint errors, the rarity and uniqueness are what drive the value sky high. The specific 1820 die mark isn't just rare, it's practically one of a kind. Only a few of these coins have ever been authenticated, which is why collectors are willing to pay astronomical prices to add it to their collection. Now, let's talk about the current market value. Recently, one of these 2003 Mint Mark quarters sold at auction for a staggering $1.4 million. Yep, you heard that right. But why would anyone spend that much money on a quarter? It comes down to a few key factors. First, there's the rarity. When only a handful of something exists, collectors are willing to pay incredible sums to get it. Second, the coin's condition. Most of these rare quarters that are worth millions are in near mint, uncirculated condition, meaning they were preserved almost perfectly. Third, it's the history and mystery ** behind the coin itself. The presence of the 1820 mark connects it to a period long before 2003, almost as if it traveled through time. This kind of story adds an almost mythic element to the coin, increasing its allure. Alright, so now I bet you're wondering, how can I tell if I have one of these rare 2003 quarter coins? Well, let me break it down for you. First, you'll need a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to really inspect your quarter. Take a close look at the front side of the coin, just under the image of George Washington. You're looking for an almost ghostly 1820 marking, sometimes it looks faint or is slightly off-center. Also, be sure to check for the P mint mark, which is a must-have to identify this specific quarter. Many people miss out on rare coins simply because they don't look carefully enough. So dig through your spare change, check those coin jars, and see if you can be one of the lucky few to find this valuable gem. Another important point is to have your coin certified. If you believe you have a 2003 P quarter with the 1820 mint mark error, the next step is to send it to a reputable coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. These organizations will authenticate your coin and assign it a grade based on its condition. Coins that receive a high grade are more likely to fetch top dollar at auction. These rare 2003 P quarters have only come up at auction a handful of times, and whenever they do, the bids go absolutely wild. A high-grade 2003 P 1820 recently set the record at $1.4 million, but experts believe that as more collectors enter the market and the interest in error coins continues to grow, we could see even higher prices in the future. The story of the 2003 P mint mark quarter is a reminder that there are still treasures out there waiting to be found. Whether it's from a roll of quarters at the bank or even a handful of change from the grocery store, these coins are still in circulation, and you might just get lucky. So, what do you think? Are you going to start checking your pocket change a little more closely from now on? I know I sure am. The thrill of finding a coin like this is something every collector dreams of, and who knows, you might be the next lucky person to discover $1 million quarter. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more content just like this. Let me know in the comments if you've ever found an interesting error coin or if you're actively hunting for one of these rare 2003 P quarters. I'd love to hear your stories. Thanks for joining me today on Coin Collectors United, and until next time, keep hunting, keep collecting, and stay curious. Who knows, the next coin in your pocket could be worth a fortune.